Chill, man. Don't guide. You have a problem. The cute little. Gets wet. Oh, I haven't gotten this
Hi, welcome to the first episode of Maybe Not Strangers Volume 1. In my admittedly masochistic search to find my own old memories, I discovered a box of cassettes, all labeled distinctly, varying in length and quality, all poorly produced. I found myself feeling like I knew the people on those tapes, the kind of familiarity you get from hearing somebody talk and realizing that a piece of them, an event, a story, a feeling, is a piece of you too. So I thought I'd share them with you. Seeing as I hate myself, I'm gonna keep looking for more of my own past, and hopefully I'll come upon more tapes. So this first tape is labeled Miss Mai, and the description on the back says, Mai is eloquence incarnate. There is no method of measuring the amount of power she exudes when she walks into a room. She was gracious enough to allow me to record her philosophies and recountings of the events that helped shape her into the woman that she is now. Oh, this tape is labeled Bad Bitch too. Huh. Well, without further ado, I present Miss Mai.
Mai, 27. Why am I pretty? No, I guess one of the effects of being somewhat happy. It was October of 2015. This is when I was like on my spiritual journey. I had a best friend that I discovered, not necessarily that it was them, but I think it was just me, that I didn't want to like live a certain life anymore, and so I'd wanted to move on and just focus on my main studies, the sabbatical that I was in, and we had already been kind of like on and off for whatever reason. It's what girls do. I was at work, and she came up to me at night, and she was like, hey, so I know that when you were at the house last night, you had said something about you having to give something up, but you didn't want to do it yet because that was going to hurt you. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, I need to know what that was. And it was sort of like me. It wasn't her or her family. It was just more so the lifestyle, but I didn't know how to really say that. And it was mainly just like being given an ultimatum of it's either this journey or me. And I told him, like, after that incident, I was like, if I do this, we're no longer going to be as close as we are. I was like, things are going to be different from now on. And she was just like, well, I need to know. It's funny because I kept on saying, you can't be giving me like an ultimatum. And she was like, that's not what I'm doing. I just need to know what you choose. Like, cool. But I was just like, well, I guess I'll just see you at work. And that was really the end of that. And after I heard her say like her last goodbye, that was like the first time that I had experienced heartbreak. But it really stayed with me because it showed me that even when you put yourself first, it's not always going to be easy. I think in the beginning, it's not always going to make you happy, but the end result is always going to be worth it. And slowly but surely, I'm still learning that. But that was like the very beginning where it was just like, okay, gotta put yourself first and just kind of go with the rest of everything. That's probably like my most treasured memory. Yeah, it's not entirely bad, but it's also not great. But it did, sort of push the stepping stone of, I guess, self-love in a way. I love the idea of stability. So I think that's what the color green would say about me, is just that I like being very grounded. Just like having a solid foundation of everything, where I'm at, who I am, and just what I'm doing. But also it reminds me that there's growth in everything. Yeah, I say that I'm I'd say mainly grounded person, but sometimes still a little bit rocky, is what green would say about me. I don't know, I like to just hear the story of like what it is that gives them so much character about themselves. I don't normally like when everything's always so happy-go-lucky, because it just doesn't seem genuine to me. So when I'm able to like talk to a person and something mildly traumatic comes out, I guess, I know it makes me happy that it's not so shunned anymore, and that people are able to like talk about it, or at least willing to want to talk about it. So that's what I have to say is my favorite thing to hear from people. I think being sober for the small amount of time that I have now, it's given me a little bit more of an idea as to who I want to be, and who I should be for myself. I don't know, I think being trans, it's not always fun or always easy. No one ever said that it was, but I don't know, there's still days where it's like I can wake up and not feel secure with who it is that I am when it comes to the day, but I am a little bit more happier with how I've been presented within myself and how I feel on the inside. But I don't know if there will ever be a day where I don't personally struggle with who I am. Yeah, I don't really know how to explain it. Like, this is just one part. Like, I feel like there's still so much more for me to discover about the identity of my. So, if anything, I want to say it's to be determined. When something gets hard or I feel scared, it's just, I don't know, like, I'll really have to, like, take myself back and just be like, breathe, like, it's gonna be okay. And that's all that I can do every day, is just take everything one breath at a time and see where things are gonna go. I don't really have a set expectation of how a person's life should be led. Actually, maybe I'd say an open mind. Most importantly, an open heart. No one really has the right to say what it is that's wrong and what isn't. And I think a person just should live life day to day. As positive as they can, and not think that they have to hold up a certain set of standards because like the world's placed it on everyone. I think it's really just to, like, lead with your heart rather than anything else. The first time that I met Cody in person, I was very, very nervous about what was gonna happen, what he was gonna think or say. But when we first met, it was, I don't know, it was greeted with like a big hug, and it was kind of stupid. I almost wanted that little heel kick moment, but I didn't get that. At least not yet, or at that moment, but like it just, I don't know, we'd already been talking for like a few weeks, maybe like a month and a half, and meeting in person, everything just sort of like clicked already. Like the conversation flew very smoothly. I was still a little bit nervous. I wasn't entirely sure where things were going to go. I didn't know what his expectations were, but he didn't have any. I didn't either, except to just, I think I wanted to be comfortable and safe. And that entire day, I know we'd went out to his place. We ended up watching like a few of the Harry Potter movies. We ordered in some sushi, and it was one of the most comfortable nights overall. It was probably just one of the best Saturdays that I've had in, well, my 27 years. But I don't know, like it was very fun. I think that's my somewhat semi-Cinderella story. I don't know. I think whenever his name pops into my head, or I have like a day with him, it's just a good story overall. I haven't had a single day, at least not yet, fingers crossed, where I've just been like, ugh. I mean, I did, but that was because I got into my own head. It's because I was trying to figure out a way to like run away from something that was good because I was never used to it. But yeah, I'd probably say that Cody's like my favorite story right now. He already has an idea as to like who he is. He doesn't really sugarcoat anything. And he's confident in who he is as not just a man, but like as a person in general. And him really just seeing me as me, not just like a front of someone who wants to be pretty at the beginning of the day or any time of the day. He's really just like, one thing that I had told him before we had even met was like, I haven't had any surgeries done. It's like I'm barely on hormones. And his response just being like, it doesn't matter what it is that you have between your legs or what you don't. It's like, I simply saw you and I was attracted to you. I thought you're pretty. I was like, I want to go out with her. And it was like, honestly, what you have, it just means that you have like more to love. And it was like, the fact that it's something I see as part of myself that I don't want or sometimes still struggle with or even like hate having. He's just like, regardless of any situation, like I'm here for you, not anything else. I don't know, like I just felt very, very comfortable and safe with him. He's probably one of the only other guys that I've been interested in when it came to like taking off my makeup and just him seeing me as me. And I'd rather be met with any type of backlash. He was just like, you're naturally pretty, so you don't have to cover anything up. I know, just small words of like affirmation, I guess, it makes everything seem a lot more real. Take your time, definitely. Find people that you can trust, that you're not afraid to be yourself with. Look for outside resources. Are trustworthy. Make sure you do your research. You don't want to like go off into some random ass support group or random stranger on the internet. But definitely allow yourself more time to just really love yourself and experience what it is that makes you happy, what brings you the most joy. Even if it's something small. I don't know. I think it's just, you know what? No, I think get lost in yourself. That's probably to some people it might not make sense, but I think allowing yourself to get lost in who you are really helps you to find out who you're meant to be. I think it's harder for me to say goodbye. How do I do it? It's not healthy. I actually push people away because I don't know how to say goodbye. I get scared of the backlash that comes from it. I don't know. My go-to is normally to run away from any type of situation when I get scared of the possibility of being hurt. So a lot of my goodbyes haven't actually ever been because I wanted to, but because I felt like I had to, because I was just too scared of things becoming real. Even being trans, like saying goodbye to like your old self and then bringing in the new you. I'm not just saying goodbye to like one aspect of my life, but I'm also saying goodbye to like the child that was.
I found a small note in the cassette, and it happens to be from Mai herself. The note says, "Don't forget to breathe, love. I know every day can feel like a battle, and sometimes it will be, but you've made it through all those past bad days, and you'll make it through this too. Proud of you, butterfly. I'll be seeing you soon. I love you. I do." Maybe Not Strangers is produced, edited, and scored by me, Andy DiProdusco. Check out my website, valentine.com, without the A, for overly nostalgic, overly saturated sound and color type shit. I have no idea what I'm doing quite yet, but I think I will soon. I'd like to give a special thanks to my pals for supporting me over the past few months and for bearing me as I went on about way too many ideas. I've got much more coming soon, so stay tuned. Don't be a stranger, because when you're around, it's my favorite sound.